friends, today we will talk with Aditya Ghosh, who applied to several universities in Europe and recently got accepted to both Warwick and Oxford, I think, for
Yeah,
for a B.Math. And congratulations for that, Aditya. That's excellent.
thank you.
So, we would like to know a little bit about the application process. So, you are in class 12 right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. So, when did you start the process of application?
Well, it was in September. The deadline was October the 15th. So before that, there's a website called UCAS, which handles all the applications for the UK universities, not just Oxford and Warwick.
Okay.
So,
UCAS. Okay. That's okay.
there are different deadlines. For mathematics, it's October the 15th.
Mhm.
By that time, you have to apply to five colleges at most. Uh, so I applied for mathematics 3-year course at Oxford, Warwick, and Imperial College London. And in addition to that, I applied to Imperial College London for a 4-year course and Warwick for a 4-year course.
Okay.
So, and I got accepted at both the courses at Warwick.
Okay, that's great. Excellent. So, when you applied, what does it mean to apply? Like, did you take a test like in US? You take a test like SAT. So first you enroll for the test, and then after the test results go to some universities. Is there a similar process, or what does it mean to apply?
Yes, there is, but there is a preliminary process for the application, which is handled by UCAS. So there, at first, you have to give a personal statement stating your love for mathematics, why you want to pursue this course, what have you achieved, things like that.
Okay.
And then you need a reference from a school teacher. Uh, they'll also give you grades for your upcoming exams, predicted grades, that is. For
Okay.
example, I'm giving the I.S.I exams the next month,
Uh,
and they have given some predicted grades for the subjects I will appear. Uh,
who gives the
so
predicted grades? ISC gives.
no, my school gives.
Oh, the school. So you went to the school and told them that give me some predicted grades.
Yeah, I told them to give me a recommendation.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. So first you go to UCAS and you apply there and then give a personal statement of
Yeah,
stating your love for mathematics. This happens in the month of when does it happen? In the month of September?
late September, early October, this
Late
period.
late September, early October. Okay. So once this is done, what next?
Uh, then you have to sit for the MAT exam, Mathematics Admission Test. So this is the admission test for Oxford, Warwick, and Imperial College London,
Okay.
not Cambridge.
Okay.
So that was on 31st October for me, and I'm from Kolkata, and there weren't any test centers near me, so I had to travel to Orissa to give that exam.
Okay.
So so, so then I saw that even your own school can be a test center if they
Oh,
want.
okay. So what was the test like? I mean, how hard is it?
Well, you don't need any advanced knowledge of mathematics to crack the test. Uh, you can just read whatever you have studied in your boards and give the test. So it basically tests your aptitude, not your knowledge.
Ah, I see. Are there good problem sets in online available for this test, MAT?
Yeah, the past 10 years papers are available at Oxford.
Okay.
Uh, so the format is basically this. There are some 10 objective questions at first, which are fairly simple,
Uh-huh.
and then there are four questions. Uh, so at first, so I applied for mathematics, just mathematics. There are other students who can apply for mathematics and computer science, mathematics and philosophy.
Okay.
So the first 10 MCQs are the same for everyone. And
Okay.
then there are probably six questions, and out of the six, you have to answer four.
Uh,
Now, which ones you have answered depends on what you have applied for.
I see.
So, so each question is like a paragraph question. They'll give you some theory about the problem, and
Hmm.
then you have to build it up,
I see.
prove prove some things about that.
I see.
So it basically tests your thinking and not your knowledge.
So, compared to, let's say, the preparation that you have undertaken here with us, like the ISI entrance, how hard is it? Like, is it as hard as the problems you face in Olympiads or ISI, or is it much?
No, not at all. It's
Okay,
easier.
it's much easier. Okay, okay.
But the thing is, even if you know a lot, even if you can solve those easily, you have to show them that you you understand. You have to show them your thinking process.
Oh,
So just having intuition doesn't work always.
that's good. So this MAT exam happens in the month of, you say, December?
October, 31st October.
Oh, 31st October. Okay. So you see AS first, you apply with a statement of purpose, and then you, on the month of October, you take the test. Okay. After you
Yeah.
take the test, so you need really good grades, do you, for the purpose of this application?
Well, every school will try to give some really good grades for their students. So that is not an issue. But the personal statement needs to be very convincing because the universities, they really check your personal statement that
I see.
uh, they normally want a student who can learn, not a student who knows a lot, like I said.
I see.
So that is a major factor in your application.
Okay. Okay. That's fantastic. Okay. So after you take the test in the month of October, the 31st of October, let's say, what happens next?
Uh, the University of Warwick, they just judge solely on the basis of MAT and the personal statement. So they'll send an offer beforehand that you have got an offer and now you need some extra conditions to fulfill before you get accepted. So my offer was really easy. I think it was 90% in mathematics in my upcoming board exams, and they told me to give an additional exam, STEP, STEP, which is in June
Okay.
this year. So
One moment, Aditya. I'm sorry. People are saying they cannot hear. Just let me see if they can hear me. So, can you guys hear us, all of you? Please say something in the chat so that I understand that you're hearing us. Because Shujoy Shengupto and others, couple of others are saying, okay, Venkat is saying he can hear us. So certainly we can. Okay, okay, okay. Please continue, Aditya. So, you after, based on the math and your personal statement, the universities begin making you an offer. Is that
yeah,
right? Okay,
not all of them. Warwick and Imperial College, not Oxford.
okay, okay, okay. So, what are
So
what? Yeah, please continue.
so Warwick gave me the condition of getting uh, 50 in step. So 50 out of 120.
Hmm.
The step exam is a little bit more difficult than MAT, but it's still very easy. You don't need any Olympiad knowledge for that.
Okay,
So the steps are in June. There are three steps, uh, so to speak. So
okay,
the first step is really easy. Second step is a bit more difficult, and the third step is equally difficult as the second one.
okay,
So they have just asked me to give the first step based on my math scores and
okay,
obtain 50 out of 120, which is really easy to do.
okay. So, have you taken? Oh, the steps are coming up in June. You say, okay. All right. So, so you after at the in the month of by the month of January, you know everything that you need to know.
No, the Oh, the offers, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Oxford, if I perform well in the MAT exam, they ask for two interviews.
Okay.
So which I gave recently, and I got the offer.
Okay,
That
so
is the
for
real tricky
Oxford, you
part.
don't need the step, you just need the interviews.
Excuse me?
So for Oxford, you don't need the step, you just need the interviews.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, what kind of interview? What questions did they ask for the interview?
Yeah. Well, like I said, they don't test your knowledge, but your skill and your thinking.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so the first question was really easy. So the format of these questions are that they'll start with a very easy problem, a sub case, the first steps, and then they'll build it up to a really beautiful result.
Okay. So can you
So
give an example of
yeah.
such a thing?
So at first they uh, asked me about the division algorithm. They didn't say it was the division algorithm. They just walked me through the first parts of the whole thing, and then they asked me to prove why it works. For example, why does the algorithm stop?
Mm-hmm.
Why will there be? Why can we represent it like that? Those things, and you really need to believe in yourself to answer those questions because they want a confident student. Like I can't falter there. I need to be absolutely certain of what I say.
Right.
Now, then they involve partial continued fractions.
Okay.
So we worked through some basic examples, and then we built it up to a really hard result. But they were guiding me through the process, so I didn't have much difficulty. Now, the main thing is, it doesn't matter if you are wrong. They just want to see a student who can learn. So I was wrong in a couple of steps, but they said, okay, you're saying this, but will this always hold true? For example, in this case, it doesn't hold true. And then I had to correct myself. No, no, sir, this will be the answer rather than what I said. Uh,
Right.
they really appreciate that.
Right. Right. That's great. Okay. So how long does this interview last? And how many people? And is the interview online, or do you have to go to Oxford to take it?
Well, those who can't go to Oxford, they need to take it online. Like I took it online.
Okay. It was a Skype call or something like that?
Yeah, Skype call.
Okay. Okay. How many people did you meet like in Skype? On that?
So the college I applied to, Oriel College, uh, they had four permanent staff for undergraduates, and all of them interviewed me. So I had two interviews. So the first interview, the two senior members interviewed me, uh, and only one of them asked me the questions. The other person just observed me, how I reacted to the questions and how I answered the questions. So, and they were very supportive. They didn't look at all intimidating.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So, so the interview is the two interviews goes by, and you then get an offer letter,
Yeah.
which is excellent. Now, tell us a little bit. What is the financial scenario like? How, what kind of course fees are involved? Or so, for example, if you go to UCAS at the very first step when you're applying, is there a fee involved?
No, not at the very first step. Once you have completed your application and you have to submit it,
Uh
then
huh.
you have to pay, I think, 2000 rupees. I don't know, but it's not that much.
Okay, okay. So 2000 rupees or something. And then when you take the mat, uh, do you have to pay a fee for that? Like
No,
SAT?
math is free of cost.
No.
But I went to an exam center, so they have to charge. They charge a fee, but Oxford doesn't charge a fee for math.
Okay. What kind of fee does the exam center charge you?
1000 rupees.
Oh,
So
that's
still not that much.
okay. How about the applications to individual universities? Do they cost anything?
No,
That,
the UCS will handle the whole thing, and they charge some money, the 3000 rupees or less.
oh, okay. That's not too much because US universities charge humongous amount of money. You are applying to every university, and every university is
Mm.
charging you money, something like that. Okay. So once that is done, what kind of course fees are involved in your college, or let's say Oral College in Oxford? Can you give us a ballpark idea for that?
Yeah. So the fees are more or less the same for all the universities I've applied to.
Okay.
Uh, for EU students
Uh-huh.
and now British students, they
Uh-huh.
charge around £9,000 per year.
9,000 pounds a year. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, for overseas students, they charge £27,000 without
Twen-
scholarship. That is,
27,000 pounds for a year. Oh my God,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
yeah.
Uh,
But
yeah, go
you have
ahead.
to apply for scholarship, obviously. Uh,
Obviously, you have to apply for scholarships. So, to get an idea, 27,000 pounds would be approximately 27 lakh rupees,
yeah, 26.
26 lakh rupees
Something.
a year, a year.
Yeah,
And then you have how many years? 4 year, 3 years.
3 years.
So,
Depends on the course.
okay. So, approximately 78 lakh rupees for 3 years of work. Okay. So, what kind of scholarship opportunities are available?
Well, the thing is, they don't have many scholarships, and it's very competitive.
Okay.
So I'm applying for Simon and Lee scholarship, which is for Asian students,
Okay.
and they'll cover the whole course fees, and then they'll also give a stipend for living there.
Okay.
Uh, they are giving £11,000 per year for living there,
Okay.
plus the course fees.
Okay.
And apart from that, they're also giving the traveling cost.
Fantastic. So how do you apply for this scholarship?
Yeah, well, first you have to get into Oxford. That's the main criteria.
Okay, that you have
This is
done.
just for Oxford, not Warwick.
Okay.
So after that, you have to well, the interviews and your MIT scores are available to them, so they'll automatically get that, and they'll decide if you're eligible. Now, the thing is, only 2 or 3 people get it, 2 or 3 Asians per year
Two or
from the science
three.
department.
Oh, okay. From the entire science, not even mathematics, science
Yeah,
department. Okay. So that's really competitive. Are there any other funding opportunities available for this kind of a course?
yeah. Well, there's another scholarship given by Oxford Indian Society. Uh,
Okay.
this is a collection of Oxford alumni, Indians. Uh, but they just awarded to one person per year. It's still very competitive.
That's true. That's true.
Well, the college I applied to, they just take 20 undergraduates per year around the world. So uh, it,
Not many people are there applying for it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe out of 20 only. So so is this scholarship only for the Oral College or through?
No, no, for the whole Oxford University
So
science department.
okay. So how many colleges are there under Oxford for this?
I don't know, but for mathematics, I think the top students go to 2 or 3 colleges. So uh, Oriel is, I think, is the best. Last time
So,
I searched.
so a good statement of purpose will be useful um, for this scholarship purpose as well, right?
Yeah, but they normally see your interview scores and your math scores,
Oh,
MAT scores.
interview and maths course. But as you say, those are not very hard. So,
No, the interview is hard,
oh,
not math.
oh, I see, I see. All right. Did you explore any other local Indian funding opportunities? I'm exploring the funding part very much because that's very much important for most of our students. Because 76 or 8 lakh rupees is it's
Mm.
a lot of money for most of us. So there are, for example, banks funding this kind of programs. Did you explore something like that?
I haven't searched yet. I just received the offer a few weeks back. So
Okay.
uh, the thing is, I'm also applying to other colleges in Europe. For example, Germany doesn't charge money to undergraduate students for
Right.
some colleges.
Germany is fantastic. So did you? What? Where did you apply? Did you?
No, I haven't applied yet. I'll look at it later after my board exams.
I see. I see. Okay.
Uh, I'll also apply to École Polytechnique, Paris. Uh,
Okay, that's
there,
advanced.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so I would open the floor for any questions that students have, other people watching have, and then we will close this discussion. This was a fantastic, informative discussion. Thank you, Aditya. If anyone has a question, you can put it in the chat, and we are hopefully ready to answer it. There is one question by someone called Shujoy Shengupto. He is saying that, sorry, can you say if Olympiad maths is needed in higher math?
No, it's not needed. Well, it helps if you know some advanced mathematics, but it's really not required.
Okay. Anyone else has any question? If not, we'll be closing the discussion for today. How can Venkat is asking, how can we start preparing from now onward?
Which class are you in, Venkat?
Okay. So many questions are coming. Venkat, you are in which class? Uh, let's wait for that. And then Shruti is asking, can we apply to only one scholarship or more?
Oh, okay. Venkat, class 8, not really. You can prepare from class 11 if you want. But my advice is you have to, if you want to study mathematics, you have to keep yourself updated. So I'll suggest reading some good problem books for young students. I think a lot of them are available online. Uh, uh, Now,
Okay, so you are also seeing, okay, here it is. Next question. Can we apply to only one scholarship or more? This is Shruti Bahulekar.
yeah, well, we can apply for more than one scholarship. There's an Oxford Reach scholarship, which is for Asia and Africa, I think. But it's more or less one scholarship. I mean, Simon and Lee is under Reach scholarship, so not really. Oh, there's another scholarship that is for uh, Muslims, Oxford Islam scholarship. I think I don't remember well. So you can apply for that too.
Okay, so does UCAS include German institutes as well?
No, UCS is for UK universities only.
UCAS only for him. He is applying for the scholarships, Abhinav. He just got an acceptance from Oxford. You will be, after you get accepted from Oxford, you will be applying for the scholarships. That's how the process goes. Okay. So more questions are floating in. Can I apply after giving 12th? Do you know this?
Yes, you can.
You can apply after 12th. Okay, that's fine. Srijit is saying that can you give some examples of problem books that you are suggesting the students?
Well, a really good book is Mathematical Circles for Beginners. Uh, uh, Apart from that, I think Cheenta will be the best for this kind of stuff. I don't know many examples right now. So
Uh,
you can contact your teachers.
you can contact your teachers. That's a good idea. Okay, more questions. Debobrata Chakraborty is saying for West Bengal board students, what is your book recommendation? I think it will-
Yeah. Uh, West Bengal board, do you mean for the West Bengal board exams? Then I'll suggest SN there, I think. Though I have never practiced from that.
yeah, this is okay. This is a different question, I think. All right, Sab de Boyles, I know who is that. How do you prepare from class 11 underscore Shaptoshi?
Yeah. Well, you can look at their papers. It's not very difficult. Math is not very difficult. What you need to prepare for is your interview. So, see, for example, I wasn't very fluent in English before, so I really practiced it. Uh, there are some good coaching centers, for example, British Council. Uh, British Council is in every country, so you can uh, you can join them. Uh, Other than that, I'd say make some YouTube videos, uh, improve your speaking skills, be more confident, try to explain it to people, those things.
Yeah. Okay, so we cannot take a lot of more questions because our time is cutting short, and maybe a couple of more questions. For example, I think I will just select an. For example, Abhinav is asking, uh, homeschool students can also apply for scholarships.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, they can. Okay, and then how recommended books? He has already answered it. You can either ask your teachers or look into Cheenta website. Also, there are other websites like AOPS and other places which have excellent book recommendations. Okay, can a school teacher from Maharashtra board give the recommendation?
Yeah, of course. It has to be a school teacher.
Right. It doesn't really matter which board it is. Okay. So Bharat is asking Germany and other universities, how do you apply there?
Well, you can go to their websites, and also they hold some exhibitions uh, for these kind of stuff. So look out for that. Uh, France, I think Ecole Polytechnic, they have their own admission process. You can go to their website and check.
Mhm.
Germany, I think DAAD is a website for searching for German universities. Uh,
Perfect. Um, can you state one example of an interview question? Where
I
he
did.
already did actually. You can watch the video again. It's about the vision algorithm and so on. How is the preparation for the interview can be done? Yes. Can you answer that question, Bharat? Bharat is asking.
Yeah, like I said, you have to be confident. You have to love your subject, and you have to practice explaining some problems to people. For example, I made a few YouTube videos explaining some problems to the viewers. That really boosted me. Uh, Also, you can converse with your maths teacher uh, about something. That really helps. Conversations help.
Right. Okay. Does the teacher's recommendation matter the most?
Not really. It does matter, but it's necessary, but not the deciding factor.
Okay. Avinav wants to contact you after the webinar. Maybe you can send us an email, and if Aditya is willing, we will be connecting you with the email because we cannot put the email in public. It's a private property. Uh, all right. We cannot answer. We have to shut down the video stream right now. But thank you, Aditya, for this excellent, informative piece of advice. And hopefully you'll do excellent in your work in future. All the best, and thank
Thank
you
you.
for the viewers for joining us. Bye and take care, all of you.
Bye, everyone.